Hello there! Kamusta? Do you have any plan to apply a permanent residency dito sa Czech Republic? You gotta watch this. Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyo, and welcome sa isa na namang episode ng Diary of an OFW, kung saan ito ang kwento nyo. Today, we have a very interesting topic because we're receiving a lot of questions, iba-ibang question, like for example, paano mag-apply, anong trabaho, magkano salary, anong cost of living, and paano mag-apply ng permanent residency, paano ipasa yung Czech language exam, paano mag-bridging visa, and so on and so forth. So, to answer all of your questions, we've decided to create a content individually based on our experiences para masagot namin lahat ng mga katanungan nyo. And hopefully, this will provide an information to you. And so, today I've chosen to discuss about how to become a permanent resident dito sa Czech Republic bilang isang Pinoy. Let's go! So, to be a permanent resident dito sa Czech Republic, you gotta have a minimum of 5 straight long years na nag-i-stay dito. So, for example, if you're working here in the Czech Republic for 5 years continuously, meaning to say, hindi ka umuwi, hindi natapos yung employee card mo, and you are eligible for permanent residency. Now, when it comes to the students, kasi alam ko may mga students din dito, the number of years na nag-stay ka dito will be counted as half lang. So, for example, nag-aral ka dito, you have a student visa for 2 years, it will be counted as 1 year lang. So, you have to stay here for another 4 years like as an employee card holder or a reunification or a long-term resident. So, what are the requirements? So, first of all, you should pass the A2 exam. So, this is quite complicated for most of us kasi alam naman natin na mahirap talaga ang Czech language, no? Kahit ako, nahirapan ako dun. But, if you're staying here for 5 years, I think it's enough time for you to study. So, if you have an opportunity to study the Czech language, like for example, in Integrace Centrum, it's free, then grab that opportunity. If you have a time to study through a language school, online or one-on-one or actual classroom, then grab that opportunity as well. Lalong-lalo na kung talagang tinatarget mong maging PR ka dito. Now, once you studied Czech language, I would recommend na i-apply mo yung natutunan mo. You should speak, you should talk with the local, makipag-usap ka, makipag-conversation ka sa kanila in Czech, regardless kung nabubulol ka, kung mali-mali ang grammar mo, kung mali-mali yung term mo, kung mali-mali yung sinasabi mo, because it will help you gain confidence. So that's what I'm saying, you know. If any case you have a little knowledge about Czech language, you should at least apply it, at least try to speak, because from there, you can gain confidence of speaking their language. And the thing is, itatama ka rin nila, iko-correct ka nila, tuturuan ka pa. So that's a good learning curve. As for me, but I hope it will be for you too. Now, kapag nakakapagsalita ka na, you should register for the Czech language exam para makapag-take ka ng exam. Now, passing the Czech language exam is quite long conversation kasi marami akong gustong i-provide na information sa inyo about dyan. So, I've decided to create a different topic all about passing the Czech language exam. So, that's gonna be for another video. Anyway, so, kapag napasa mo na yung A2 exam, then you're good to go. Ang susunod na requirement niyan is almost likely the same as you're applying for an employee card. So, ang pinagkaiba lang talaga is meron kang A2 certificate. So, kasama na dyan yung proof of accommodation. If any case provided ni employer ang bahay nyo, you should ask for an SPA. Alam na naman nila yan, or special power of attorney. Or if you're paying it to the company, you should also provide that. And then, you should have the proof of income, your salary or your payslip. And then, you should provide your passport, of course. You should provide a photo, passport size. And make sure lang na it was taken through a Photoshop talaga. Kasi alam ko yung ibang ministry medyo nagiging strict about dyan. Hindi pa pwedeng cellphone lang yung ginamit mong pan-take. So, make sure na pinatake mo siya sa isang professional photographer. So, you should also prepare for the payment of your permanent residency application. So, it will not be like the COLIC. Hindi na pa pwede yung COLIC ngayon. Hindi na tinatanggap. So, you can pay by card dun sa ministry. So, those are just the requirements, you know. Napakadali lang, simple lang din. First requirement, 5 years ka nang nag-i-stay dito. Second thing, provide the documents which are A2 certificate, proof of accommodation, proof of income, passport, photo. That's all. So, 6 lang. Now, kapag nakapag-file ka na, you should wait for 2 to so on month. Kasi hindi natin alam eh. Medyo nagiging complicated na ngayon ang sitwasyon sa ministry because a lot of applicants are coming here. And the thing is, parang nasabihan din ako dati sa ministry dito sa Ilava na hindi nila masyadong pinapriority ang application ng PR. Kasi mas priority daw nila ang employee card. So, I don't know. But on my experience, it took me like 2 months bago nagkaroon ng card. So, that's the standard one. 2 months kasi 2 months processing dito. And then, kapag PR ka na, you're good to go. Now, the validity of your card will be 10 long years na. Now, it will be indefinite. So, meaning you don't need to provide another documents, mag-A2 ka na naman. No. You just need to update the address if any case you changed address. And then, you're good to go. Parang renewal lang yan. So, another thing is, kapag PR ka na, you should also make sure that you are compliant with their policy and rules. Because I know, hindi naman, yung iba nag-iisip dyan na kapag PR na, pwede na yung pumunta sa kung saan-saan, pwede na lumipat ng kung saan-saan bansa. There are some responsibilities and obligations pag naging PR ka dito. And I think it's better if I would discuss it in the next coming videos. So, gaano ba katagal ang duration ng pag-a-apply ng PR? Okay? So, if I would calculate it from the day na nag-register ako ng exam, I think it will be like 8 to 10 months, I think, or 12 months, less than a year. Because from the day na nag-register ka, you will wait for at least 6 months before magkaroon ka ng schedule for your exam. So, kasi kapag nag-schedule ka, hindi naman yan agad magbibigay ng schedule of exam sa'yo or school sa'yo. By the way, there are 2 types of getting a school para sa exam mo. The first one is pipili ka ng school. Kung may specific school ka, then you should choose to get a specific school, kung anong name ng school na preferred mo, or you can choose the random. So, meaning to say, sila nang bahala mag-provide sa'yo ng schedule, ng availability, ng time, and so on and so forth. And so, I think it will be better if I will discuss it sa ibang video din kasi it's gonna be long again. And, yeah. So, that it took me 6 months bago nagkaroon ng schedule. And then, nung na-receive ko yung schedule, it is 2 months in advance. So, I received the schedule last February, and then yung schedule na binibigay nila sa akin is April. 3 months, I think. Yeah, 3 months. Yeah. And so, but unfortunately, nagbakasyon ako ng April, so I did not get that schedule. Fortunately, as well, kinontact ko yung school, and then nakipag-usap ako na I'm going to have a vacation on that month. So, is it possible na sa ibang month na lang or kung may available kayong slot after April? And then, good thing, binigay nila sa akin yung May na schedule. And so, the story goes along na. So, once na nakapag-exam ka na, you will immediately get a result. Based on my experience, na-receive ko yung result for after 2 days, I think. 2 days, 3 days, yeah. Na-receive ko na yung result through message and email. And then, pag na-receive mo na yon, ipapadala nila sa iyo yung certificate mo based on the address na ibinigay ninyo sa kanila. Kasi, pag nag-confirm ka sa scheduled date, you will provide the passport, you will provide your birth date, address, your name, and so on and so forth, your information. So, yun yung lalabas sa certificate mo kapag nakapasa ka. So, after that, nung nakapasa na ako, ginather ko na lahat ng requirement and then sinend ko sa ministry. It took me a month bago nagkaroon ng approval. Fortunately for me, a month lang. And then, biometric after 3 weeks. And then, after another 3 weeks, na-receive ko na yung card ko. So, it's like less than a year processing time. So, kung halimbawa, ang card mo is, you have a validity of 2 years, then it's better na mag-apply ka na ng early para meron kang enough time or enough waiting time habang nagpa-process ka ng PR mo. Now, if any case, you have like 6 months na validity na lang and then plano mo na mag-apply, I would recommend na ipagpaliban mo muna. Why? Kasi magdodoble ka ng bayad. Well, this is just my personal opinion, no? Magdodoble ka kasi ng bayad. 6 months, tapos another year na naman. Well, yeah, it's the same, almost the same, but bahala ka na. It's up to you kung ano yung decision mo. But make sure lang na hindi mo i-expect yung approval ng PR mo as your resident dito, as your resident card dito. Kasi kailangan meron kang remaining months or year sa employer card mo for you to be able to apply a permanent or to process the permanent resident card. And so, yun lang naman. That's all for today. In the next upcoming videos, we're gonna discuss about how to pass the Czech language exam, what are the obligations and policies about being a PR dito. I would love to share those information, but if any case, I've missed something about being a permanent dito sa Czech Republic, please feel free to DM me or email me or put a comment down below kung ano yun. And then, if any case you wanted to add something or you wanted to correct me, then you might as well comment it in the box or maybe inform mo na lang kasi I would love to hear from you, especially kung may ibang experience kayo kasi it will be helpful to others as well. And so that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and follow to our YouTube, social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and so on and so forth. And so God bless everyone.